145 pounds, Pat Sullivan versus Felony Charles Bennett.
And you can see Sullivan's 6'1" to Bennett's 5'7". However, only a 2-inch reach advantage for Sullivan. A little bit, it's like Sullivan a little bit heavier than his opponent. Let's see if that can make a difference in this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Presented to you by Fubo TV. Watch live sports and TV without cable, including BKFC on Fubo TV. Start your 7-day free trial at FuboTV.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 143.6 pounds. He is a true MMA veteran of 76 fights and holds a bare knuckle fighting record at 7 fights. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the BKFC Squared Circle from Columbus, Georgia, by way of Las Vegas, Nevada, Felony Charles Bennett. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black trimmed in green and bronze. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, an even 150 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 1 victory, opposite a single defeat. Representing and fighting out of South Philly, here is the Irishman, Pat Sullivan. And our referee in charge of the action, Dave Breslow.
Felony Charles Bennett told us, I have to be reliant on my speed and I have to be reliant on my creativity. Both fighters up to scratch. Sporting touch of hands, round number 1. Black trunks for Felony Charles Bennett. Black and green trunks for Pat Sullivan. And staying on the outside, there's the feint with the rear right hand from Sullivan. Sullivan on the jab. Against the ropes, now turning at an awkward angle. Looking to counter is Felony Charles Bennett, and he does, and that drops Pat Sullivan.
That's the power that has shown it many times. Totally believes in time. Just look how relaxed he was the entire time. He's got to be careful. He has his hands low, but man, when he lands a punch, he does damage.
You want to fight? Let's go.
Dave Breslow talking to Pat Sullivan after the mandatory 8 count. 120 remaining, round number 1, scheduled for 3 rounds. We're at 145 pounds. Hook jab off the mark from Sullivan. Bennett tauntingly sticking his chin forward. To do that, pull back. Hands low by design, a leaping jab from Felony Charles Bennett.
It's so creative. You cannot practice and try and get his timing down. You can't do anybody in the gym who's going to fight like Felony. Frustrated push away from Pat Sullivan. Hook to the body from Bennett. There's more of that creativity. 45 seconds remaining, round number 1. A jab from Sullivan, not there. Bennett to the mid-range. So Bennett has admitted that many times he hasn't trained for some of these fights. He's actually trained for this one. He's ready to come in and fight tonight.
Felony Charles Bennett holding center circle. And very low, there's the up jab from Sullivan to the inside, the counter with the right hand from Pat Sullivan.
Man, Pat landing some good punches. Felony just in very well.
15 seconds remaining, round number 1. Jab off the mark from Sullivan.
Stop the bell, guys.
See the methodical walk down pressure from Felony Charles Bennett. Staying elusive, eluding that punch to the head just before the bell. We are through the opening round.
And did you just look at what a slow methodical pace Bennett comes out with? He just stays right in front of you, stays just out of range. It's pretty amazing.
Listen to me. Look at me. Relax. Use the other one.
I can't. Stop, dude. You don't give up. You don't give up. Stop.
What are you doing? What are you doing right now? Give me this. I don't give a shit. Give me this round.
You can tell he's hurt. This is why. That is why he's hurt. Hit with a big right hand. Gonna see it from a perfect angle. Very impressive. He even got up from that punch, Sean.
Our crafted replay presented by Forge Irish Snap. Braslow calling both fighters up to scratch. They stand 3 feet apart. Round number 2. Mocking smile on the face of Pat Sullivan to start the second round. There's the jab and the easy pull back from Felony Charles Bennett. To the inside. Bennett lowering his stance. Bennett exploding to the inside, taking himself to the canvas. Quickly ruled a slip by Dave Braslow.
Ready? Knuckle.
On the restart. Jab not there from Sullivan. Sullivan trying to find his jab. And to the inside, nearly the counter left hand. Charles Bennett off balance, resetting. Jab again from Sullivan. Hard on the counter with the left hand from Felony Charles Bennett. 70 seconds remaining, round 2. And keeping his hands low, chin out. It's not even clowning, that is trying to bait in Pat Sullivan. That is very tactical. It looks like clowning to the uninitiated, but it's very tactical.
That just shows the speed and the athleticism of Bennett. So quick, so difficult to deal with, things you can't teach.
Look to the body from Felony Charles Bennett. And feeling as though he's in full control. 40 seconds remaining, round number 2. Sullivan trying to counter, swinging a miss with the right hand from Charles Bennett.
And Sullivan does have a little bit of a reach advantage. He's not been able to utilize it there.
But they're just missing that right hand. Hands low, chin out for Bennett. 12 seconds remaining, round 2. A big left hand falling into the ropes is Pat Sullivan. And ruled as a knockdown by Dave Braslow.
Rightly so. Sullivan's still hurt. Look, he's falling backwards. Look at the office. I don't think he wants it anymore. He's done.
This fight is over. And win number 1 in BKFC for Felony Charles Bennett.
And look at the face. It's a bad cut. Pat Sullivan, you could tell by the way he looked when he got up. They brought him up to, he just wanted no more. The look on his face was pain, but I'm out, no mas. He didn't get totally knocked down. The rope saved him, and Sean, that's the correct call. The rope saved you from hitting the ground. That is considered a knockout.
In the combat sports world, Chris, there is the perception of Felony Charles Bennett, and then there is the reality of Charles Bennett. We just saw the reality of Charles Bennett. He is a smart fighter, he is a tactical fighter, and he is a technical fighter.
So we talked about earlier, when he's in camp, when he's training, man, this guy's difficult to deal with. He's so unorthodox, and he's got cat-like reflexes. You can see he just get out of the way, he can fire right back. You can throw a punch, he can get out of the way just by 1 inch and throw a counter punch at you. He just has to be in shape and ready. You never know what Felony you're gonna get. Come back. Dave Feldman enjoying the antics of the one and only Felony Charles Bennett.
Felony Charles Bennett talking to David Feldman.
Oh.
Bennett, again, 5 fights in Pride. Over a generation ago, was one of the rising American stars in the great promotion Pride. And now at age 46, gets his first win in BKFC.
Sean, when I picked my fight of the night, the one I picked, I knew he was a big underdog, but that's the reason I picked him was when he trains, he's a different fighter.
Bennett told us as much in our fighter meeting. He said, my confidence is high because my cardio is on point. Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of the action, Dave Braslow, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 1 minute 56 seconds, round number 2. For your winner, by TKO, Felony Charles Bennett.
And what a victory for Charles Bennett. We've seen him fight many times, and when he's out there, when he's training, this guy could be one of the best. He just has to get that mindset right, and you can see just how athletic this guy is and how difficult he can be to deal with for a lot of fighters.
Pat Sullivan has punching power. He said, I cannot rush, I have to set up my punches. But Felony Charles Bennett was on point, defensively and offensively, dropping Pat Sullivan in round number 1, and then Felony Charles Bennett finishing Pat Sullivan in round number 2. The winner, by way of second round technical knockout, Felony Charles Bennett defeats Pat Sullivan.